Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much again for coming back for another video. This is absolutely brilliant. I'm really enjoying seeing lots of people come and watch my video and leave comments. So thank you so much for that. It's absolutely great. I'm really enjoying the journey, and it's really making me work hard and hold myself accountable, which is exactly what I wanted. So thank you so much. Today's video is all about running tips for beginners. Now, as I've said before, I'm not an expert, I'm not a fitness coach, I am not qualified in any way. So these are just tips that I've come up with myself during my journey that I wanted to share with you, that I thought might be quite useful for anybody wanting to get started with running out there but didn't really want to ask. They could just watch this video. Also, I am going to talk about weight and weight loss, and as I've said before, you know, I'm not qualified in any way and I don't want this to trigger anybody. So please only watch this video if you're genuinely interested in you know, this journey that we're doing here. Please don't put yourself through anything that is going to harm you in any way, because your mental health is the most important thing. Okay, so tip number one, start with something like Couch to 5K. As I mentioned in my previous video, it's a really good way to get yourself going, because you'll be able to follow the advice of people who know what they're talking about, follow a routine that's already been mapped out for you, so you don't need to come up with anything yourself. Stick to the same routine every single week. You'll find that really helps if you know exactly when you're supposed to be running. I know that's really difficult, especially if you work shift work. But if you can, try and stick to a routine. I find that that is the best way to achieve success. Once you've completed your 5K run, or you can do this whenever you want to be honest, is speed work, and that's currently what I'm doing at the moment. So sometimes you don't have enough time to go out for a big long run, but if you've got 30 minutes, what you can do is speed work. So I go on a 30-minute run, and as I discussed in a previous video, for me that's only 3.5 kilometers, although that is improving. So I go for a 30-minute run, and every 5 minutes I sprint for 30 seconds. Oh my goodness, it is hard. It is really hard. I sprint for 30 seconds and I keep telling myself, keep going, because you automatically slow down. Your body makes you slow down. But I keep running as fast as I can for 30 seconds and keep looking at my watch to check how many seconds I've got left. Even if I count it in my head, I'm always early, because obviously I want the pain to be over as quickly as possible. So that has really helped. I've only done that probably about 6 times now, and I can already feel an improvement with that. Going forward, if you're beyond me in your running capabilities, beyond that you can then obviously up it to 40 seconds, 50 seconds, but I wouldn't suggest upping it too quickly. I think maybe I've gone in too hard at 30 seconds each time, because it's absolutely knackering and it's really difficult to get straight back into your jog. That's the bit I'm finding the hardest, but that's the bit that's letting me know that it's working, because each time I do it, each session I go out for, it's a little bit easier. So definitely recommend speed work. Another good tip is to enter for a local 5K. So we have loads of those locally to us. You can just enter really easily online. Well, obviously not at the moment during isolation, these things are all impossible just now, but when we're out of isolation, have a look online for a local 5K and you can enter yourself for that. You do not need to do a specific time. You can take as long about it as you want. If you have to have a little walk in the middle of it, then have a little walk. Nobody's checking up on you at all. It's just an incentive to keep you going. The other thing you could do is park run. So most places on a Saturday morning have a park run. I have done park run a couple of times. To be honest, at the moment it's not for me, because I like to run Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Saturday I like to not do any running at all and just stretch out and do some yoga. But my partner, he runs on a Saturday and he absolutely loves going on park run. So that's another thing to check out. With any of these local runs that you can do, ones that are every now and again, you could also get some sponsorship if you felt like it, especially if you've, you know, really changed your life and people are supportive. You could raise some money for a charity. So there's just some additional thoughts there to keep you inspired. As I said previously, 5 years ago when I did Reading Half Marathon, I raised money for Macmillan, and that was great. Like, I really enjoyed raising money. I can't remember actually how much money I raised now, but that kept me going. That kept me going for my training, because I thought, people are sponsoring me here, there's absolutely no way that I can't do it. So if you need that extra incentive, think about entering a race to be sponsored for. Next thing I want to talk about is equipment. You can spend an absolute fortune on running paraphernalia. I'm bringing out all the great words today. There are so many things out there. I was only last night looking on ASOS to buy some Nike leggings, just because, you know, I thought as a little treat I might get myself some. £50? £50 for running leggings? Are you kidding? Like, what are they made out of? Like solid gold? No, you do not need anything as fancy as that. I mean, let's be honest, most of my running leggings are from Primark, and I just tuck the bottoms underneath because I get the full length ones, and because they're tight in the ankle, you can just tuck them up and it's not a problem. So you don't need anything super expensive. However, the two things I would recommend spending money on are trainers and sports bra. Those things are really important to get right. So trainers, first of all, I went to a shop called the Sweatshop. Now, I don't know if that still exists because it was a while ago, but I know that there are some online stores that do exactly the same thing. What you do is you run on the treadmill, and that means that the people who are selling you the trainers can see your running style, your gait, everything about your running. You might run slightly rolled out or slightly rolled in, and they will be able to work that out from your running, and they can slow it down, and they can see exactly what happens when your foot lands, and they'll be able to recommend you the best kind of trainers. I've got slightly wide feet, so it was important that I got trainers that are really comfortable. I'm currently running in Saucony trainers. I did previously to that have some Nike running trainers. If I'm honest, I find the Saucony trainers that I've currently got a little bit hard, like when I run on them, but I'm quite used to it now. I mean, that's just a tiny little problem with them. But if you go to a proper place, they will be able to sort you out with trainers. Try and go during a sale and you'll be able to get a really good bargain. But the thing that I think is ultimate in the trainers is the insole. And I've got insoles that the arch of your foot, the section there is like a little bit raised and it's supportive. So when you land, it's supporting your arch. So I think having an insole is probably a really good idea. And again, I got those at Sweatshop, but you can get them on online stores or just look up places that will sell you proper running trainers. If you're just going for a couple of runs to see if you like it, I'm sure it's absolutely fine just to start off in your trainers that you already own. But if you're going to continue and actually try and pursue running, then you really should get some decent running trainers. Sports bra. Okay, if you're slightly bigger chested like me, then you definitely need a sports bra that's high impact and is going to stop them basically jiggling around everywhere, because I see people out running and I think that must be so uncomfortable. I like to have them completely strapped up. So I don't have any recommends for brands. I personally just like high impact sports bras that zip up the front. That's just my preference. I just find it easiest to put on. So you put them on like a jacket, and then you do the zip here, and then you zip it up the front, and I just find those absolutely the best thing ever. So make sure that you have a look at those. So once you found the best sports bra that's best for you, then I would recommend, if you're going to be running for any long distances or you have sensitive skin, that you use a nipple insert. So that sounds a bit random, I know. You can use creams and different things like that, but honestly, if you start running a long way, even if your sports bra is really supportive, you can find that your nipples get slightly chafed. So what I use are these. These are nipple coverings. I just bought these in Primark. I think they're actually supposed to be for if you wear a dress with no bra that you can't see your nipples, but that is not what I'm using them for. So I got them in Primark. They were literally like £2 and I thought, oh, I'll give them a go. And they've been great. I've had them for a while. So you peel off the backing, and then the backing is like a little bit sticky, and then you can just stick it over your nipple. When you come back, just peel them off and put the backing back over, and that keeps them fresh, and you can just reuse them as many times as you want. Sorry if that's TMI, but I really want to share with you the things that's going to give you the most comfortable run, because things like that are really horrible when you're going around and you're just thinking, oh, this is absolutely agony. Of all the places you thought would be painful, you didn't know it was going to be your nipples. So get yourselves to Primark when it opens again and get some nipple coverings. The next thing I want to talk about is a headband. I got this headband when I did a run called Glow in the Park. It was a nighttime run. I think it was like Halloween or something maybe, I can't remember now. And we did it with a couple of friends. This was years and years ago, and we all dressed up. I dressed up as Super Mario, one of my favourite characters. Mark dressed up as Banana Man. I can't remember what the other guys dressed up as, but anyway, it was basically a run, but you can stop and do obstacles along the way. At the end, we got these sweatbands. I had no idea at the time how much I needed this sweatband. So if you've got long hair, I've got a really, really long hair. No, you guys haven't seen my hair down. It's a mess. I really want to get it cut. I've been growing it for such a long time now, so I've got really long hair anyway, and I'll talk about hair another time. But I only wash my hair once a week. Sorry if that's really gross to some people, but I just don't need to wash it any more than that. It doesn't really get greasy. When I go out for a run and I pop this headband on, it means that when I sweat into this rather than sweating into my hair. So I don't always have to wash my hair after the run. Sometimes I do, sometimes it's really sweaty and minging and I'm like, okay, I have to wash it anyway. But if you're on a time frame, which let's be honest, most of us usually are, you might want to wear a headband. Even if you've got short hair, actually, it might be the same thing. I'm not sure. I can only speak for long-haired people. Talking of sweating, wristbands. Okay, so this wristband, you just put it over your wrist like this. And when you're running, you get a really sweaty face. You don't want to touch your face. You might get a drippy nose. Listen, these things happen, guys. I'm just going to be really honest with you. And you might want to mop your brow, mop your nose, whatever, but you don't actually have to touch your face with your hand, which in times of coronavirus is absolutely brilliant. Just chuck it straight in the washing machine when you go home, because, you know, ew. So I find that really useful. So I've got the headband around my head and this one around my wrist. Sadly, they're not in the same colour, but you know, who cares? Oh my goodness, I just realised I'm not wearing my glasses. I'm supposed to be wearing my glasses for all this screen time that I'm having. Oh well, yes, I only need my glasses for screen time and for driving, so it's anything to do with focusing on a long distance, but oh well. Okay, the next thing that I want to talk about is this. The running belt, you basically clip it around your waist like this. I feel like one of those, I feel like an air hostess. Round your waist like this, and you open it like this. Okay, so you clip that in. And then at the front here, you've got this plastic section and you can zip it open at the back and you shove in your phone. I can't show you right now because I'm filming on my phone, but you can see, hello, your phone goes in there. And this is a touch sensitive plastic, so you can use your phone through the plastic, which is really good. It's got a little hole here for your headphones, so tiny little zip pockets in here so you can keep your house key, and if you're a dog owner like me, a couple of spare poo bags. That's really good, so there's one of those either side. This I got from Sports Direct, but you can get them literally in any places. Amazon, I'm sure, have them, and you can adjust the size. Back to my air hostessing, you can adjust the side like this, so if you're sharing one with somebody, you can make it different sizes for different waists. That has been brilliant because you want to have your phone with you. Back in the day, I just didn't take my phone. I had like a little iPod Nano thing that I would like clip on my t-shirt, headphones, and off I'd go, and had no phone with me. Take your phone with you. It's so important. Anything can happen, so you just need to make sure that you take your phone with you. For example, the other day I fell over, not great. I didn't need to phone anybody, but if it had been a worse fall, then I'd have been able to phone somebody to come and rescue me. Please take your phone with you when you go running, just to be on the safe side. Next thing is headphones. Now, I have headphones that I got with my phone, like Apple headphones. I don't find that they're great for running because they fall out your ears really easily. So I have got these old school, proper headphones that go over your ears. They're not very fancy, but I tell you what, they don't go anywhere. They completely stay in place during the run. Just using the ones that come with phones sometimes can fall out. I used to have some really good ones that were the ones that come up on the string and just go in your ears, and they had like a gummy coating, and that would really help them stay in the ears. They were good as well, and I wore them during the Reading Half Marathon, and they slipped slightly and the gummy part came off the like speaker part, and it was just as I was passing Mark. So I had to go up to him straight away and just go, fix this, because my hands were so sweaty. Poor Mark, the pressure for him to fix the headphones because it was so fiddly and like sweaty and everything. Anyway, he managed to fix it straight away, and later on he said to me, I've never felt pressure like that, just trying to fix it in the time, because obviously you're trying to do your best time during the half marathon. Anyway, so headphones, get ones that don't fall out your ears, basically. Something I would recommend that you have is one of these. This is a Fitbit Charge 2. I've had this for a couple of years. It's absolutely brilliant and I love it. I use it all the time. In fact, fun fact, I got obsessed with the sleep tracker on this, so now I do not wear it at night time because I was completely obsessed with it to the point that it was actually like affecting how good my night's sleep was, because I was waking up to check that I was actually having deep sleep. Yeah, too much. That's my personality. I get a little bit obsessed about things, so I don't wear this at night time, but I wear it during the day, and I always make sure that I do 10,000 steps minimum every single day. Mostly I do way more than that, especially if I'm doing a run and a dog walk. Fitbit or some kind of fitness tracker, doesn't have to be Fitbit. I bought one of my friends, one that I found on Amazon that definitely didn't have the price tag of a Fitbit, and he uses it and says that it's really good and it does all the similar things that Fitbits do. So just have a little look on somewhere like Amazon or similar, and you will find lots and lots of different types of watches. I'm sure there are videos out there that will recommend all the different ones, all the way from the cheapest all the way through to an Apple watch, which I've never had before, but you know, hey, they look really cool. But I'm very happy with my Fitbit, and I find that it does everything I need. So it tracks my steps, it tracks my heart rate, it tracks my running. If you've got a little bit of spare cash, not essential, but a Fitbit is absolutely brilliant, and it helps you keep motivated because you can see the progress that you've made. One thing that I am really into at the moment is my resting heart rate. Since January, my resting heart rate has gone down by 12, so it was 72 beats per minute resting heart rate, and now it's 60. I mean, that's brilliant. Like, that's really keeping me inspired as well. So there you go. If you can, get yourself a fitness tracker. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is specifically if you're running with a dog. So I take my dog Scout with me on every single run, and so does my husband. and we make sure that she does lots of exercise in the day. She wears a harness for all her W's and runs, and that means that when we clip on a lead to her, it's not round her neck. I just don't think that's safe for dogs to have a lead round their neck, especially if they're an excitable dog. So she has a harness, a perfect fit harness that we got measured for her. Yes, she is a spoiled dog. You do not have to get a measured harness, but we just wanted it to be really comfortable for her. So she wears that every single WALK and every single run that we go on. So when we take her out, normally we just have like a lead that we clip onto it and that we hold, and then when we get to the woods, she goes off lead because she's a very good girl. She doesn't go very far away from you, and she's got excellent recall. Now I've said that, touch wood. When we go on the run, however, I have a different lead, which is this. This is a running lead for dogs. So what you do with this running lead is you clip it around your waist like this, and it's stretchy so it can stretch to different waist sizes. And then this length here is stretchy. So this part clips onto your dog's harness. Please do not clip this around your dog's collar, because if they pull, you're really going to hurt your dog. Only use this with a harness. Okay, so this is clipped onto your dog's harness, and then this is the length that you've got. So for example, when we're on the pavement, if I'm running on the pavement, she's very good at running next to me, but even at full stretch, she wouldn't be able to get off the pavement with this if you're, you know, running sensibly into the side. Obviously, if you're running on the curb, then, you know, but this is really good. So we have this, and then when we get to the park, I just unclip this from her collar, and you don't have to have it dangling. You can basically just clip it on to anywhere here. So it's basically just all around your waist, and you can have it nice and tight so it's not like flapping about. You can just have a little practice with this. And this we got on Amazon. Bloody love Amazon. And one more thing that I've literally just thought of now is something I don't actually use myself at the moment, but if you want to run and make sure that you're always hydrated, you might want to use a water bottle. And I've got one of these. Now I don't use it for 5K because I don't feel like I need to drink water. I just drink it when I get back by the bucket load. Usually I like to have a wedge of lemon in my water. I find that it goes down nicer. Just letting you know, just in case. But if you're going on a longer run, or you just can't face going on a run without water, one of these. So this is a Carry More water bottle. That's really good, having one like that with the hole in the middle so that you can grip it, or you can just leave it on your hand there reasonably securely. I think that's everything I want to talk about with a beginner's guide to running. These are just things that I've found along the way with the years that I've been doing running. Oh, one other thing. Oh, I should have got those socks. So let me tell you about these socks here. I've got one here. So this is, from the outside, looks like a normal sock. However, it's got like two sides to it, an inside skin and then an outside skin. And this is really good for when you're running. The inside layer can move with your foot, but the outside layer is staying still within the trainer, prevents you getting blisters. I think that's everything I want to talk to you today about, different running tips and things. Again, not an expert, these are just things that I found along the way. I really hope it's useful. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel and leave me a nice comment. I just really want everybody to find the happiest, healthiest, fittest lifestyle that they can, that's within their means of their life. Wishing you all well, and I will see you again on my next video. Thank you so much. Goodbye.